Welcome to Traffic Jam. My name is Leroy, and good morning, y'all. And I understand I've been under the weather, but I am getting a little better as it is. So let's do this right now. Now, I did a Raw on Netflix last Monday of me ranting about the whole entire WWE product, and I'm just gonna go do this right now. All right, just let me get this. Okay. All right. As you know that I want to ask the question for y'all. Did I overreact on Raw on Netflix? Am I taking it too seriously on this show? Am I just a prisoner of the moment on this show? And I'm gonna talk all about this. So let's go. I'm just gonna go step by step, and I'm not gonna rant this time. I'm just gonna do like a circle, like let's say a circle procedure on this show, and my synopsis on this one. Okay, let's go. Now, I did go back to that video and understand that did I overreact just a tiny bit? Maybe just a little bit, but do I stand on what I believed in and what I see on that show and what is wrong with this show? Yes, I still stand by that. But it doesn't mean that I hate the product as it is. I really want WWE to do extremely well with this show. It's just that they insult our intelligence so much, or I have to say my intelligence so much, is that they don't know what's go from point A to point B. And they go like to point A to L, J, K, H, I, and all that. And they keep doing this to us, man. Now, I'm just gonna go one by one, and I know I wrote a lot of stuff about this, so I'm gonna do my breakdown right now, and let's go to it. I'm gonna start with Triple H. If you see the man on the screen on the left hand side, Triple H, the game, that damn good, the cerebral assassin, the CCO of the company, is front and center in everything they do in WWE. Triple H needs to understand that you're not going to please everybody. Now, I understand this man has a stressful job as it is, in his formality and what his place is in place. What I mean is that he is front and center in this company as it is. And I have been heavily critical on what he puts on the show and who he gets over and who does not. And if you see the man he's pointing at the right, CM Punk, the best man in the world, and I always call him corporate punk, is the WWE, well, I would say the WWE Undisputed Champion, or we like to say the Undisputed WWE Champion, if you wherever you want to switch it. He's the champion on their show, which is SmackDown. And I did a over review of him beating Sami Zayn for that championship. And I said this like a couple days ago, is that people call him CM Hogan, and if everybody knows Hulk Hogan, God rest his soul, got was so heavily political. And I will say, is Hulk Hogan was the top political person in the WWE and like I say in WWE history. Like there's no question about it. And he did get away with a lot of things that most people in that company would not do. And Triple H is right up there with him too in terms of politicking, getting spots, getting who gets over and who doesn't, not doing the job. You get the idea. And CM Punk may fall in line with that as well. Like I would think he would not fall in line, but he's getting to that point where okay, I gotta like save my character and get the spot as I want it. And if everybody watch the entire show as it is, and I'm talking about WWE, is just trying to do the pops and views and get a reaction, let the marks do whatever they want, and be, and I will say, brainless as it is in that crowd. especially people that's watching at home as well. I just look at things in logical standpoint of things, and I'm just gonna just do a background and a behind the scenes as it is. Now, everybody watched WWE Unreal. If everybody has not watched that on Netflix, go watch like the first 2 seasons. It tells you everything you need to know. And I've been saying this, they should have never put that docu-series out. I just wish they never did it. Now, me watching that as it is, now they're gonna have a season 3 in the next couple of weeks with John Cena's retirement tour, which is gonna be, they're just not only doubling down but tripling down on this. And I said this, they need to stop doing this. But you got people in the WWE make so much money in that company that they don't even care what they do with their product anymore. And I know the grill pitcher name Michael Hayes, Bruce Pritchard, and you see that man right there on the left, Triple H, is making these decisions and turn the creative side of things. And I always say this, they need to bring new voice in that entire room because it seems like they pick favorites. And I'm going to say allegedly, Triple H pick his favorites like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, but I'll talk about him in a moment. I mean, I can go on, and I know he's got his lifeline of Obafemi as he's gonna face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam at Hell in a Cell Night 1, man, which is gonna be the main event. Which that's his lifeline right now, as it is. Because if that's all they got, then they are in deep, deep, you know what. And the booking decisions that I'm seeing lately, as it is that they lack characters that they live a nostalgia act, man. And I just don't understand that they can't just take any chances with this company as it is. And I really would like to see some makeovers with these characters on that show because it seems like everybody looks the same as it is. I can see an example: the Judgment Day and the Vision. And I'll do a breakdown right now. The Judgment Day. They need a clean house. They need to disband this immediately. It's because they're not they're and I want to say this, they're the least intimidating groups that I ever seen, probably in a while, man. And when the Judgment Day first came out with Edge as the mouthpiece to Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest at that time, they had something and they were on their way. And then once Finn Balor came in, they have really had something. And then all of a sudden they dropped the ball on the Edge and they kick him out of the group. And then they were having that momentum just a little bit. And then once Liv Morgan came involved, and then Roxanne Perez, and then Raquel Rodriguez, and what did I say? What's the other dude? Dang it. Jamie Dunnan. Once this group comes in, and then Dirty Dom. I mean, Dirty Dom was in that group at that time, was cool before all the chaos that came in. Has not been the same since. And I've been saying this, they need to clean house immediately and just go on their separate ways as it is. Now the Vision, and I'm just gonna look at the members as it is. Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, you could say Bronson Reed may make his return in Austin 3, and then the new addition to this group, Maxine Dupree. And I'm gonna start with Maxine Dupree, man. Save this freaking group as it is. And I said this, if they would have lost that match against the Street Profits for that tag team champion, I believe they should have pulled the plug on that group immediately. But everybody may not like Maxine Dupree in the Vince because they think this is a team move version of the Judgment Day. I am going to give this a chance because I've been saying this months ago about Maxine Dupree and what they need to do with her. She needs to be a manager moving forward for the rest of her career. And I always say this, she needs to take a look at Sherry Martel, the manager at that time, God rest her soul, and take notes from her and understand the psychology, her presentation of getting in the crowds under their skin as it is, especially the wrestlers as a heel persona. And she needs to do that. She needs to help the division become a legitimate, I wouldn't say a threat, but a legitimate group in the company as it is to wreak havoc and take over this show as it is. I'm not saying they have to be Evolution. I'm not going to say they got to be DX because they'll never be those people ever again. I'm sorry. But they could do something with the vision with a woman in it. Now, they did try with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. That was cheesy to me. I think it was just like they just put them in there just to put them there. But I do believe Maxine Dupree adds a little flavor to their group, man. And I know they're going to say about the Marks are going to say, well, she's married and she's she's married to her husband and all that. And I'm just gonna say this, dude, it's a freaking wrestling show, man. At the end of the day, it's a business. And with this business move, this is the right move. Now, WWE could screw this up big time in the long run. And they got something, man. If I was them, I would book them as strong heels, and they should get heat every freaking week. Every week. Now, if they want to do the social media stuff, they need to piss people off, man, and get under their skin, man. Because they can do something with social media nowadays. It's just that they just don't take advantage of it. Now, I don't know what's the policy they have if they can't kayfabe, because nowadays people can't kayfabe anymore because they can't hide stuff anymore. If everybody watched WWE on Real, that was the nail in the coffin. But they can do something with it and stay in character to take the product seriously, man. And they got something, man, and I hope they do something with them. But either way, the man right there on the left could screw this up big time. Now, let me go to the next one. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, man. Again. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, they're going to have this feud with them at SummerSlam for the heavyweight championship. I've been saying about both of these guys. They've been feuding so many times, man. And I'll say LA Knight is, and I'm gonna quote when he say, they are boring, man. They are really boring to me, in my view of things. And they need to find somebody else to do this, because it seems that Seth Rollins right now and Roman Reigns in their careers is trying to think, oh, this is the best. Well, I'm just gonna like paraphrase, like, this is the last time. We need to do this, rerun this company. And there are some truths to that, but at the same time, man, it's just like, guys, like, we've seen you guys before too many times, man, and it's just boring. And it just doesn't make any sense to me to have this feud right now as it is, because SummerSlam is about less than 4 weeks away, and I am going to talk about SummerSlam towards the end of this video in this live stream and tell you why they are struggling and they're doing, and why they counterfeit this show, as they had to go against the I'll say the FIBA World Cup. I could talk about that. They had to do desperate moves to get a boost on their show, but we'll get down to that once we get there. Is this those two, man? Is they don't need this feud as it is. We've seen this before. It's just that I just don't have no emotions with these guys anymore. I just don't. I just believe Roman Reigns is a part-timer as it is. I'm still going to say that, because I understand the man earned his stripes as his company, because he has been there over 10 years in this company. Said with Seth Rollins at the same time with the Shield. If you want to put Dean Ambrose in this. Now, I'm hearing that Dean Ambrose may come back, but nah, I don't see that happening at any time soon. But I'm going to stick to these guys, man. They are boring to me, and I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Now, TKO and their company as it is, and I'm going to say this, TKO is like a mafia, man. And I'm just going to talk about Ari Emanuel and The Rock, and also, dang it, what's the other guy's name too? It'll come back to my mind in a moment, man. Nick Khan, there you go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, I know this is a theory, and I'm just going to make this a theory. Now, I understand The Rock, and I've been saying this, The Rock must save this show as it is. I think he's the only guy, and I don't always say the only person on this company um needs to save this show to make sense of all of this. Because the last time we saw The Rock, man, is that he gave the whipping to Cody Rhodes and made John Cena turn heel, and that was like at the Elimination Chamber, which he said that, oh, I was there to sell tickets, bro, and that's what he said in the interview. If everybody goes watch that interview, with not Mac, but Pat McAfee's show, that's what he said. Oh, I was there to sell tickets for that heel turn, which you get the idea, man. This company and what they want, and I'm gonna say Nick Khan saying they want revenue, relevancy, and revenue on this company, and they don't fit this mold. Now, this is my theory is with The Rock, man. I truly believe the reason why he hasn't promote the show as it is he's promoting his movie coming out or across the globe. Now, I do believe they're gonna set this up when he comes back, because I do feel like the guy on the left, Triple H, is gonna try to book him weak as it is. But I'm gonna say this, man. The Rock is bulletproof in that company as it is, regardless what people think of him, with his political stance and his humiliation ritual that he did at what's it, the gala or somewhere, wearing that dress as it is. I understand the man um did all this. Regardless what people is, I'm talking about The Rock, the character as it is needed for this company as it is, because he has the power with Area Man, and that's his agent right there. His agent. And Pat McAfee's his agent with Area Man as well, man. And if he wants to come back and make these decisions and make these booking decisions, The Rock can do that anytime he wants. Now, they could set this up for WrestleMania 43 at Saudi. They can give as much money as can, even though he's getting paid a lot of money in his position as the board of directors. And and I do believe they're trying to set this up for him once he comes back, and give him as much money he can and start taking over this company as it is. Because I do believe once his movie stint is done, I truly believe he needs to come back to save this show. I truly believe so, because if he can make this company as it is, man. Because as long as Triple H is there, they and I'm gonna say this, they don't like each other. They don't like each other, man. The Rock and Triple H have no love lost for one another. And The Rock can snap his finger and say, hey, put me on this one. Hey, let's do this. Let's go with it. Because they have the last say in this show, man. TKO has the last say on the show. Now, I could talk about the other company that's really owning the company, but I'll say that for a bonus. But they can have the last say in who gets on the show. If everybody knows about Pat McAfee with that feud with Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for that Undisputed Championship, which was a cluster, you know what, man. And Pat McAfee did told the truth about it, but it was just like, I never seen anything like that. That he went on that show just to obliterate Triple H as it is, as what they call him, the fraud that he is, man. And that's what TKO is, like a mafia man. And I truly believe The Rock could come back and do this and have his say in things. So I do believe they're going to set up once WrestleMania 43 in Saudi, and he's going to make his return, and you know what's going to happen. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, I'm going to talk about the other match that people are really excited about, is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar for it's not for nothing, but it's for like the who's going to conquer the WWE in the Hell in the Cell at SummerSlam in Brock Lesnar's hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is going to be the money match, and I truly believe this will be the best match at SummerSlam. Now, Obafemi did a mid promo. I would say a mid promo to me, that he Richard take from last week, talking Brock Lesnar, say, hey, you a B word and all that stuff. And Brock Lesnar, yeah, you are a B word. And, Brock Lesnar kicked him in the groin and then gave him an F5 and then got up after that too, man. And do they even sell these days, bro, in WWE when they not to sell? But it's here and there, man. Now, I do like Obafemi, his line at the end say, well, I'll see him in hell. I think that's a great line because they're gonna have Hell in the Cell match. It's gonna be brutal. Now, I've been hearing that Obafemi might like to say use his like what would they say contract in night two. I just wish they don't do that. Now I've been saying this. They should have Overfame go to the championship either with Roman Reigns as that because that would have been the perfect move to do it. But it seems that they're trying to protect this man at all costs to set it up like they use long storytelling in the company, which they dragged to the freaking mud as it is, and they're gonna have this match. Now they say that Brock Lesnar's match is gonna be his last match. I doubt that, man, because if it is, man, then he would say, "Hey, this is the last match," and then I'm just gonna go out with my own terms, man. And it's gonna be the best match at SummerSlam. And Owen Family right now is the lifeline in WWE right now. It's just that the only concern I'm gonna have with them is the booking committee as it is, man, and how they're gonna book them because they gotta book them strong as it is, and everybody's got to be protected with him feuding with this guy. Because if you just keep him like have like a Goldberg streak as it is, just powering through everybody, and then all of a sudden, um, and I'm talking about with WCW at the time, even though it's WWE is trying to make him a strong guy as it is. And then I'm just gonna say this about Owafemi and his opponents. The opponents gotta make him look like real good in this ring. Cause if you're just gonna bury the guy against him, against anybody, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna look good for him, but it's gonna look weak for the other person. And that's the tricky situation. And they need to be extremely careful how they book this guy, because you don't want this guy just you should build him as the destroyer, the ruler, as the company as it is. But they need to protect everybody with him in the ring or in segments like this, because they could do a lot of things with Obafemi right now as it is, but they're just sticking to this match right now. And I know you're gonna say it's like who's gonna win. I really don't know who's gonna win. Now, I will say this right now: Obafemi will need to win this match and beat Brock Lesnar and put in his place, man. Because I do feel like Brock Lesnar is going to go out on his own terms as it is in this company and keep moving forward as you know, the conqueror, the incarnate beast, Brock Lesnar. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll go for that. Now I'll talk about SummerSlam and the struggling to sell out these tickets, man. I've been checking these tickets, man, and it's crazy that WrestleMania. Well, I will say about WrestleMania, like last WrestleMania, they didn't even sell out night one. They probably sold out night two just a tiny bit, but if I had to guess, they didn't sell out at all, and that's a problem, man. And with SummerSlam, it's their second biggest show of the year, is struggling to sell out these shows, man. And due to that, the ticket prices and the venues, the parking, the traveling, and the whole 9 yards, man. And people don't understand that. Oh, man. And they'll say, well, it's good seats. Well, okay, man. Well, let's just break this down, man. If you're trying to bring your family in there, and I'm just going to average, let's just say it's $300 per person. So, and you bring a family of or I'll say four. That's like $1,200,000 for a ticket, and not only add to that, you got to add the traveling. If they decide to travel, unless you live in the state, then maybe a little cheaper as it is. Well, I don't know about cheap, but you get the idea. And you got to pay for parking. And this is not just night one. This is like night two. So it's like night one. So 14, like $1,200,000. Well, 1,200 as it is, and you got to add the parking, which it may cost 50, at least 25 to 50. And then if they want to get something to eat, that's the venues, which is a crime of the century that they pay an astronomical number of the food vendors, at least up to $20, man. Like the last time I went to go see a sporting event, water bottle's like $5, bro. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, what the hell, man? And not only that, man, you gotta add the traveling too, which it could cost at least $12,000, like 1,200 as well, man. And it's crazy that people are spending these type of money, and it's crazy that this, what to say, this show is not selling out due to the ticket prices, man. And people these days, man, don't have money like that, and now they might dedicate to the rich and not dedicating to the poor, man. And I've been saying this about WWE fans. You're just gonna get the lowest common denominator with these fans, man, and that's what you get, man. That's just the reality is that they are not selling out these shows, man, just due to the lack of booking, the lack of characters, the storylines, and making illogical sense that it is. And I'm still gonna say, L and I told the truth about the WWE. If everybody could go watch that video, of me rant about that. And I'm just doing my session of did I overreact on Raw? Let me talk to you, man. And they're struggling, man. Now, I do they believe it will sell out as it is? Um, I'm not sure, man, but it's not looking good right now because every day I look at that arena for night one, night two, is they're not selling out these shows that it is, and that's a freaking problem, man. And they need to get their act together because if they don't sell out, man, WWE is going to be in a world trouble financially as it is. They really are. Now I'm just going to stick with the marks versus the intelligent people with this fandom as it is. The marks are winning the war right now in WWE is the reason why that people don't know what the hell they don't want anymore. And this I'm gonna tie with Sami Zayn with this right now. Now I have been getting on this guy when he was champion at this time. How I'm gonna tie with this one. The intelligent people understand, and I'm one of those people that look at logic, reason things. Now I have getting on this guy of Sami Zayn, of him being a champion in Saudi, and we saw this miles away when they were gonna pull this trigger on this guy. Is that he's put everything he got on this company as it is. And I've been heavily critical of him winning the champion, and the booking community put him as the champion. And I can't believe he did say that promise that they can kiss his ass several times, and then 3 days later he lose the champion, and then him just pouting and just crying of losing that championship to CM Punk that you see on the right, man. And you book Sami Zayn and you double down his burial as it is. Now, the only way I could see Sami Zayn come back from this is he's got to be a heel moving forward. He can't go as a babyface anymore. And if they don't do anything with this guy and he still has a reason, which he does have a reason, and you know WWE has a tendency of just booking like illogical sense with these shows, man, with these storylines, is that he would need to be a heel to save his time with his character as it is. And if it doesn't happen, man, I will let my contract out and leave WWE and do other things. Now, I'm not saying he has to go to AEW. I'm not saying he has to go to any indies to make a living, but he needs to make a decision on what he wants to do in his life. Because he became a champion, man. I think his career is set as it is. I think he got what he wanted, and what he was his mission to do while in the company is that if he leaves today, man, it's not going to affect the WWE as it is, sadly. But you get the idea, man. And the marks these days, man, are so hypocritical as it is. It's just that they think they can run a freaking company as it is. Now, I'm not saying everybody can book a show, man, but I'm watching as a viewer on the freaking product as it is. And I'm doing everything I can just to be part of the show. But it's just that they do these insults to me, and watching it from a logical standpoint. And what if this happened in real life? And they tend to do these things, man. And it's hard that we had to go against these guys because they feel like everything's good. And then I'm just going to say about Triple H needs, and he does say to the fans, needs to shut up and just watch the show, which I have a problem with that. Triple H, you're booking these shows. You book CM Punk, 47, 48 CM Punk. You book Roman Reigns, 40 years old, and as your top guys to lead the charge, man, as a nostalgia act, man. A nostalgia act, man. So, we're not going to shut up. We're going to tell how we feel. So, Now, I'm just gonna do a bonus on this one, and I'm just gonna go do a deep dive on this. Now, I'll do an extension about this in another video. Is that Silver Lake? If everybody, Silver Lake owns the WWE, and I'm gonna do my deep dive just for a little bit for you guys and tell you why Silver Lake um is owning Endeavors, TKO, and WWE as it is. Now, Silver Lake has been around since 1999, and they have been working behind the scenes as it is. And with Silver Lake as it is, man, and I'm just going to tell you about this company is, and I'm just going to do a definition. Silver Lake is one of the largest technology focused private equity and investment firms. They invest in major companies involving tech, sports, entertainment, media, software, AI, and digital digital as it is. Some of these are well-known investments include companies like Dell, Skype, Airbnb, Endeavors, in UFC, which they are part of TKO, and other major technology business. And I do have the founders of this. I don't know if they're there, but this is the people: Glenn Hutchinson, Jim Davidson, David Rook, and Roger McName. Wow, I didn't know McName was a real last name, but they manage over $100 billion in assets, and it could be the equity about over roughly about 250 to 282 billion dollars, guys. $1 billion. And people needs to understand that that company, and I'm talking about Electronic Arts, which is EA Sports. If everybody knows the video game industry, bought that company as it is. Now they'll say Saudi bought the company as it is, but who really bought the company as it is? It's Silver Lake, man. And they're a private investors, and they could go beyond about to 1.5 to $2 million in the next 5 years, bro. That's the aggression projection, as if they infiltrate AI in the company as it is. And I've been saying about AI and WWE, man, is the worst thing that could ever happen to them. Because AI could do so many things, but the one thing AI doesn't do is have emotion, man. And it's sad that people are not realizing and not doing a deep dive on this company as it is, that Silver Lake is owning the WWE. And you get the idea, man. And I could do a synonymous with this show, but that's who is the top dog, not TKO, not Endeavors. Well, TKO is running WWE, but who really runs the company, runs these entire companies, these billion-dollar companies, is Silver Lake, man. Just do your research on this, and you get the idea of who runs this world as it is. One of the worlds. It's crazy, man. They do this. It really is. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I understand that I've been under the weather. I was supposed to do a live stream Tuesday, and then all of a sudden I had a stomach pain, and then on Wednesday I passed out as it is, man. It's just that my reaction to this show, man, I just wish they could do so well with this show. I don't hate the WWE. People think I'm just a hater as it is, which I'm not. I'm just heavily critical in what they do. Now, it doesn't mean I can be heavily critical in AEW, which I will do a video of what they did, probably the next live show, and do my breakdown of what's wrong with what the hell is going on with AEW. Because it seems that they are, and I always say about AEW, it's chaos over the place, man. And I'm just gonna stick with WWE as it is. It's just that my overreaction with this company is rightfully so for this one, because they can do so much with everything. They got the resources, they got the ability to be the best company, which they believe is a professional company. They're the major leagues, they're the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NFL. You get the idea, man. And they just make so much money, man. It's just like they just don't put no effort. But you guys got like Triple H, the CCO, is booking these people that he respects, man. And it's not gonna look good for him. But I always say about, and everybody knows about Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. and those guys was with that company at the time. Now they did have heat in history. Now I like those guys, man, because they do feel like if I was them, if they were in the business today, they would say this company as it is. But they even said they do not want to go back to WWE anymore. Like they're okay what they're doing as it is, man. And it's sad that Vince McMahon may come back to this company now. He has to fight this allegation because there's always more stories about Vince McMahon. If everybody knows Vince McMahon was the top dog in that company. And I would say this, he done a lot of good and he done a lot of bad, man. And Triple H is trying to be the Dana White of the UFC. And I always say he's front and center in everything they do. Cause if you look at his hair, man, he did have a full lot of hair, and he has no hair at all because he's in this stressful situation. And I just wish for Triple H's sake that he needs to go home and enjoy his life because he doesn't need to be part of this, man. Um, and I always say about Triple H, he's the one of the best heels in WWE history, one of the best. I used to hate this dude to death because he used to get away with things that most superstars don't. I could put with HBK with them because he was you know what, man, if everybody looks at him in the 90s, bro. And Triple H in his time with WWE, I just wish for his sake, because has his heart condition, needs to get away from WWE and enjoy his life, man, and retire, man. Because I do have some sympathy in terms of his health, but with his show on this book on booking in WWE has been bad, man. It just has been, man, and boring. A la LA Knight. Yeah, man. WWE needs to get their act together, but they don't give a freaking what, man, and they just make so much money they just do whatever they want. Yeah, my overreaction is fair. Now, I did went over the edge a little bit, but I'm just gonna stick to my guns, man. And I do look at other people's perspective, and I take with a grain of salt that hey, they're doing something with this. But I'm just gonna look at from my view of things and give you guys a better insight on what goes on with this company and give you a better light so you won't be polluted with your Mark syndromes as it is. um, just saying, man. Just saying, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. You have a good one, and I'll see you guys. And be safe, guys.